You studied advertisement, right, in college?
Yes,
Okay,
UFMG,
and then
Belo
and you
Horizonte.
left. What was the decision behind picking, advertisement as the major versus other potential majors and so forth? And were you even was that as big as your universe could get at that time? And I ask you that because I went to college in Brazil as well. Although today I just see the world as my oyster, but I never really had anyone that would tell me, "Hey, you should go apply to Stanford and get a scholarship." Like otherwise, like if I had someone when I was 15 telling me that, probably I would have gone to a different path. Didn't impact my achievements and success, but I was just wondering, how was it that you made that decision? What was going on in your mind at that time?
So, being quite honest, I really wanted to pursue a career in music back then. And my family is the typical small town, not so big dreams type of family. So, for my mom and dad, they were happy if I got any sort of college degree. But when I remember I had a very hard conversation with my dad that I'm gonna study music, and he said, "You shouldn't do that. You're gonna die poor. I will not pay for anything that you if you need on if you decide to do that way. So it's great that you like music. I incentivize you to keep playing, but find something that will at least uh, give you a higher security." And I was also very fond of digital marketing and programming. I was trying to learn a little bit. I wasn't good at it, but I was excited about the advertising in the marketing industry. My dad would say, "Don't do music, go be a pharmacist because people will always get sick. And we have a great university 20 minutes from home here in Ouro Branco." And a big thing for me was leaving my house and going to see the world. So I decided to pick a course that wasn't available in the university 20 minutes from home, and that was also paid by the government. So that those were my criteria. Um, I think I made a good decision in there. I met some fantastic people, but just as you, nobody told me I should consider an Ivy League university or even going abroad. And if I were exposed to that kind of opportunity back then, I would definitely have taken it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think that the things I think about in terms of, because materialistic. I think I'm at a point in my life where fortunately I feel like I'm at the top of the Maslow pyramid. And it's not like if I have more money, I don't have fuck you money. But if I had more money, would I be happier? And the truth is that I would not. Right. Once you realize that you can have most of the things that you want to have and live like a pretty nice life, flying private or only staying at these types of hotels or drinking these types of, it doesn't really add up. If there's one thing that I have a personal desire to touch on this point about that we're talking about is having eventually some sort of foundation that would find people like us when they are teenagers and fuel them with the right values of ambition and family, basically. So truly understand what's important in what I think it's important in this life, because I know that, because how you and I are wired, that had we had this conversation when we were 13 or 14 with someone else, we would have saved, quote unquote, 5 years of our lives in terms of what we want to achieve and how we want to do it. It really shifts that framework in terms of where you are born and the economical circumstances around your birth truly impact the progress that you have in your life. And this is no victimization mentality whatsoever. I have zero patience for that shit. Like I don't really participate in any of the Latino whatever the fuck. Like it's like, look, like I'm an investor, and then you all you care about is like I partner with amazing founders and I make money for my investors. Doesn't matter where I'm from and who I am. But I think that there's something about this that's foundational to the basically to make society better is to really inspire the youth to understand that
Yeah,
that their potential is unlimited,
I
right?
have. Yeah, I have two cousins. One is 17, the other is 15, and she's also my daughter-in-law, Jessica. And I am pushing hard for her to go study abroad. I even put her email address and her WhatsApp on all the lists to get content about it. I told her to research a lot and trying to see how I can support. Still not sure, and she's just like I was back then. A very small town. You have no idea of how big the world is, and you haven't had any exposure to that. And she wants to be an actress or a dancer, and she's very talented. And I'm saying, whatever you're gonna do, take the chance to evaluate traveling the world for a year at least, even if you don't choose to make your college degree in the US.
Yeah. I think that the beautiful thing also about the internet, as where we are today, there are certainly many negative aspects of social media, but if there's one that's very positive, is that you see that you can. It's that whole ability of having a platform or a framework for you to be a sovereign individual and be the own entrepreneur of your life in anything that you want to do. And very few people understand that. And I think that when you want to, any job that you get in your youth, you want to optimize for learning and relationships, so you can then build
Definitely.
something else for yourself. And it's funny because I feel like it took me many years to learn that. And frankly, probably only embraced that when I'm 32 now. When I was 27. And I just think it's interesting. But